Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Kaguya-Sama Love is War. Last time around, I don't want to make Miko Ino smile, where basically we were preparing for the big election day, and we wanted to win by a landslide, just completely crush the dreams of Miko Ino. Then, I want to make Miko Ino smile, because she went up in front of the student body, and we finally realized, oh, she's terrible at public speaking and can't get her message out. So Shirogane went up and basically had an impromptu debate, which inspired her to get her message out, and it actually became a very close race, with Shirogane only winning by about 40 votes, so... and then after that, Shirogane was like, hey, you can join my council if you want, you know? Get some good experience, to which Miko Ino has accepted. Also, Kaguya isn't getting called, which is what she thought. She thought she wasn't getting called by Shirogane after she had fainted, but then he showed up and was like, no, I need you to be my vice president. So all is good and right in the world, So yeah, that's pretty much that. Like always, the reaction is down in the description and in the pinned comment for your viewing pleasure, so let's go ahead and jump right into this episode of Kaguya-Sama Love is War. I always forget now what's going on with me. Here we go. Alright, new advice. Never read shoujo manga. I'm kidding, of course. Shoujo manga is fine. Just calm the tits, you know? Like, let's, I don't like that Ishigami was, like, way into that, you know? And I don't like that Kaguya was way into him. I do love that Fujiwara was not a part of that whatsoever. That was too much. Poor Miko. She was not prepared. She was not prepared for the insanity that this student council is. She was not prepared for the insanity of this student council. Yeah, so underwear. I guess we're starting there. Underwear, boxers, or briefs. Who cares? I mean, I don't know. It doesn't... Obviously, no one cares. I do like that Ishigami, like, accidentally convinced Kaguya. It's like, anyone who wears boxers are man whores. That was funny. It's just such a... it's just such a strange thing. And the two of them walking in on him. Well, because he had a good reason. It's like he wasn't able to change after gym, so he just did it there real quick, you know? Could have been worse, I guess. Could have been worse, but... And, of course... Like, why... Okay, why is it that Shirogane immediately went to women's panties? Why is that the first place he went, you know? I don't know. There's something about it, too, when they're talking about it. It's just, I don't know, there's something creepy about it. Like, this is the first time where I'm like, okay, that was a little too much. It was a little too much, folks. It was a little too much. I don't know. Even I have my limits, apparently, and my limits are discussing underwear. I don't know. It's not like I have a problem, but I'm wearing underwear. We all wear underwear, mostly. It's like, it doesn't matter, but just like the way they were talking about it, I'm just like, this is weird. This is really weird. I don't know, man. But yeah, but he just starts immediately like describing and drawing what he thinks are what he believes is the best underwear for girls to wear. And so it's a bit of a problem that he went to that first, you know? But it's also a problem that she's trying to figure out what underwear he wears. And then he switched over and is like, oh, I'll say bloomers. That'll make it all better. As if having an answer is any good. Like, I don't know. And the first instance of traumatizing Miko. The first instance of traumatizing Miko when when Kaguya runs out saying that he's just a dirty man whore, you know? And then he runs after her and is like, no, I meant black panties are the best, you know? And Miko is just traumatized. And then the hand massage. I mean, man, my hands sometimes ache, dude. My hands sometimes ache. And, I mean, part of it is, like, when I know why, like, half of the reason why my hands ache, specifically this left hand. So when I sleep, I kind of, like, curl up into, like, a cocoon, basically. I don't know why. I just do it. But when I do that, I know for a fact that pretty much all night, my left hand, and I'm sleeping on my right, my left hand is basically like clutching the blanket to like hold it in place, basically. So I know why my hand hurts. It's because I'm literally clutching the blanket all night, you know? And my other hand's fine. My other hand is just like over here. This is how I sleep on my right, is like this. And I'm holding it like this. And the other hand is just like here or something. Just like, you know, just fine. But I know that's why my hand aches, you know? And I don't know how to stop that, you know? Like, I've slept like that for years, you know? It's just how I sleep, you know? It's kind of hard to change how you sleep, you know? And now, granted, it's not that way through the entire night. Like, you know, honestly, I wake up like 2-3 times a night, you know, to like get up and go to the bathroom, you know? That's not really a problem. I go right back to sleep once I get back, but generally, like, if I've been laying like that, basically, I will roll over onto my other side, and then this hand is more just like under a pillow, and it's more free. So it's not like that the whole night, but quite honestly, yeah, I'd love a hand massage. Not Kaguya's unless she gets better. I'm sure Hayasaka knows how to do it. I would bet you that's one of the things, like, on the list of things that Fujiwara is probably good at, I would probably say hand massage is probably there, you know? But Hayasaka, I imagine Hayasaka is perfect at that. Now, that could just be me projecting because I just think she's perfect, but, you know, I don't know. But it's also, hand aches are why I bought compression gloves, basically. Because I don't think I have, like, arthritis or anything, but every so often, and when I say that, I mean, like, maybe once a month, my hand will just ache to high heaven, and I'm just like, okay, today's the day I need to put on a glove for a while, you know? Not even to high heaven, it just aches, and I'm like, okay, I need to put the glove on, and it kind of does the job, but I want a nice hand massage from a cute anime girl, just not Kaguya, because she's not good at it. So, and I do like the moment where he's like, oh, she didn't get to do this at all. Well, I'd love to help her do more like, he can't even finish his, you know, dramatic saying. So, that was funny. And then, misunderstanding number 2 from Miko walking in, thinking they're banging, and Kaguya's like, oh, why don't you join us? And she just bails. This poor girl, I don't think she's actually been to the student council room, like, for a day, you know? And then the Shojo manga incident of 2000 and whatever year this is, 2022. The Shojo manga incident of 2022. Yeah, that was funny. I like that. Just all of them reading that, and because I like, you know, at first I thought they were gonna go into a thing of like they don't like reading manga. Like, maybe they don't really think manga is literature, which is ironic because this is from a manga, you know? But I mean, I don't know. But I did like it just starting out where it's like, oh no, why is Kay crying? And it's like, just emotional manga. And then he takes it, and then just immediately he's crying too. So, and I like just trying to get Kaguya to read it. But the problem is the three of them keep spoiling everything. The boyfriend dies at it, which, you know what? I don't want to read that, actually. I don't want to read stuff with a sad ending, you know? Like, you can have a lot of sad backstory and, you know, sad things that happen, but I want this to be like a Greek comedy, not a Greek tragedy, you know? Because that's the whole thing, is back in ancient Greek days, when they would do a play, a comedy didn't mean, oh, tee-hee-ha-ha funny. It meant it had a happy ending. A tragedy meant it had a bad ending. But before that ending, you could do whatever you wanted. Like, a comedy could have the most dark, depressing, sad stuff, but if it ends on a good note, it's considered a comedy. And that's what I would want. Like, yeah, you know, because it sounded pretty interesting, honestly. It's like, her parents poisoned her, and she had to, you know, get over that, and she's anorexic now, but she found a good boyfriend and stuff, but he's got an illness and stuff, and it's like, yeah, but I don't want him to just die at the end, and then it's all sad. Like, you know, why did I read this then? You know, like, that's the thing, you know. So, I don't know. What are your recommendations for shoujo manga? I do not watch or read much shoujo. I don't know, like, really if I've watched any shoujo. I'd have to think. I mean, look, I've watched some rom-coms here and there. I've watched some rom-com anime, like, in the seasonal lineups, but yeah, what are your recommendations for shoujo anime or manga? Let me know in the comments down below. Maybe I'll read it, maybe I'll make a tweet about it. I can't say that I'm going to make a review about it because I just don't do those anymore. If anyone saw, you know, it was sometime, I think last year, probably about a year ago now, when I reviewed like the first 3 volumes of One Piece, and I was going to make that a series, and then I didn't. I can't make something a series. I'm still reading One Piece. Just the other day I finished reading through Arlong Park. So I'm about to hit chapter 100. So I am reading One Piece, and I'm watching the Netflix show as well. But I'm just not good about reviewing, you know, keeping up with reviews, basically, you know? Like, I'm much better about the weekly reactions. I think that's just because, you know, the content is, I watch an episode. That's pretty easy. If I have to review something, that's, you know, it's such a different process even from doing a reaction. But yeah, let me know if you have any shoujo manga recommendations. Go ahead and leave them down in the comments, and maybe I'll take a look at a couple of them. And I don't know, stay up on my Twitter or my Instagram, and maybe I'll talk about it. Anyway, and then we had the whole shoujo segment which I thought it was just going to be a version of Kaguya, but it was, you know, just as if it was a shoujo manga. But I don't like that was actually what was happening that day. Like, oh, there's something between Kaguya and Ishigami. It's like, well, that's weird and out of character, but it was just because they were possessed by the shoujo, you know? So, and I like at the end that... it's like, oh, Kaguya accidentally rejected Shirogane, so he and Ishigami just went to the aquarium together. So, yeah. Go to an aquarium. Ishigami will talk about fish. Shirogane will talk about penguins. It's all nice, all good. Honestly, sounds kind of nice. I don't know, when was the last time? It's been like at least 10 years since I've been to an aquarium, if not more, maybe 15 at this point. But I don't know, sounds nice to just go to an aquarium. Yeah, that sounds more appealing than going to a zoo, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know, I don't really have any interest in going to a zoo. What about you guys? Tell me that in the comments with your shoujo manga recommendations. Would you rather go to... Do you find it more appealing to go to an aquarium or to a zoo? I think just because, like, with an aquarium, it's just so peaceful, you know? Like, it's very... I mean, I don't know. It depends on the attendees if they're quiet, but, like, it's just chill. There's just water, and there's just fish, you know? I don't know. I've definitely, like... If it's been 15 years since I've been to an aquarium, it's been like 20 years since I've been to a zoo. And I'm only 26, so that was a long-ass time ago. Anyway, I guess that's pretty much that. With all of that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all of my Kaguya-Sama reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.